And there is a reason why God said, Katie, you can't be born and be in your 20s in the 80s.
He was a whore.
I want a fresh bag of Ruffles potato chips, and I'm dipping it in Chick-fil-A sauce.
Thank you for coming to our therapy session. We are now life coaches. We're looking, and I'm like, hey, Richie.
Oh, Nucky wants to hang out with Nico. Oh, or maybe not.
I shouldn't have said anything. Welcome back to another episode of Listen, Here's the Thing. I'm Miko Price.
And I'm Katie Kiefer with our special co-host, Mr. Nugget. He loves that.
Okay, I just have to ask real quick.
Yes.
I went potty before we started. Mm-hmm. An Essence magazine that's in the bathroom with Usher on the front, shirtless.
Yeah.
I don't know what year I didn't have my glasses on, but I thought it was a Playgirl magazine.
No, it literally just came in the mail.
Oh.
Not even
Good
sure.
for you, Usher.
Yeah, but right. So that is like current, like this month's issue of Essence, and he looks
Maybe
like
I
he's
have to
25 years
subscribe.
old, right? So I'm not really sure who put it in the bathroom.
I don't
and what they
either,
were
but it
doing
was
there.
prominent. Do you remember the old school places that you would go to? Like, I remember, so I used to have to visit my dad every week, and he would have like Playboys just randomly all over the place.
Like on a
bathroom.
side table?
Yeah.
Oh, in the
whatever.
bathroom. Yeah, that's not
I mean,
telling.
so gross.
No, my dad never
He's
had
like, I
anything
like it for
that.
the articles. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
sure. Deep reading. All right, so tell me about your trip to Charleston.
Okay, Charleston was so cute.
I know, are you going to be on the next season of Southern Charm?
No.
No.
But did you see that Catherine just got arrested for DUI?
No.
Yes. That girl has been given 9 lives.
Yes.
She's had her kids taken away. She's had to go to rehab. And now she's back in the clink.
Yeah, so, I mean, I haven't seen her on anything. Is Southern Charm still on?
I think so.
I
love
haven't
that
seen
show.
her on anything, but she was like sober the last season I watched.
Yes.
And she was looking good. It looked like she was doing better.
She got custody of her kids
Yep.
back. Yeah. Charleston is a darling town. So we were only on the main street
I've never been
area
there.
of Charleston. So I guess how it works is the suburbs of Charleston are basically like Sullivan's Island, like the islands off the main strip. So we were not in that area. And I think that's where they tape.
Most of the show.
Yeah, most of the show. So anyway, super cute. This street called King Street had every shop you can think of. It had like everything from Anthropologie to Gucci to Louis Vuitton, like really cute. And then really great restaurants. We went to this really great restaurant called High Cotton. I mean, could you be more Southern? The only thing I have to say, not really a diverse town.
No?
No, we counted the Asians on one hand. Randy got up to like 5.
Oh,
yeah.
Were you one of the 5?
I was one of the 5. If my girls were there, there would have been 8 of us total.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So, not real diverse. Another great town for a bachelorette party, though. So I feel like the last 3 towns I've been in have been big bachelorette.
Oh, did you see some while you were there?
100.
Yeah. Okay.
So everywhere we went, everyone had a sash and a fucking crown and, bride tribe and all of that.
So
Did you
my
have one?
bachelorette party seems super lame compared to like when you go to Nashville now and you see everything that goes down. I think the biggest one I've been to was in Austin, Texas, and that was like a whole thing for the whole weekend.
Yeah.
And it was super, super fun. But mine was like getting on a party bus in my mom and dad's driveway, and we went into Chicago, went to a couple bars, and then the hotel, and then came back the next morning. I mean, it was fun, but not like a big, huge
Now it's
to-do.
production.
Huge production.
Yeah. I was in Scottsdale a couple months ago. Big town for bachelorette parties as well. Nashville, always.
Nashville's huge.
Always. And I was just surprised that Charleston, another hot spot. But then we went to this other restaurant called Hull's Steakhouse. Really great steakhouse.
Like Hull's, like
Halls. Like that's the name of the family.
Oh, got it.
And it was like old school how you should be treated in a restaurant. So the waiter knew all of the knowledge. The wine, like there was not a sommelier
That had to come over.
That had to come over.
The
He
waiter
knew it
just
all.
knew. Yeah.
And then the owner came up introduced himself. The manager of that particular area came over. Everybody cared.
Maybe they know that you're starting a podcast and they want to.
Maybe. Shout out to Halls. No, they were awesome.
Oh, that's
but,
great.
You don't get that service anymore. Customer service is really kind of.
No, because I always have a
falling
lot
through
of
the cracks.
questions at a restaurant.
And you would have thrived in this restaurant. Being with Katie when she orders is always an adventure.
Well, it's an adventure because one, especially if we're doing something fun, I don't want to risk like not feeling good afterwards. You know what I mean?
I get it.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing worse than having like a horrible stomach ache or, God forbid, like a rash or anything like more awful. But yeah. So I got some questions. Before I eat
No, you
food.
would have thrived. They would have loved you there. They would have answered every question, how it was baked, broiled, fried,
Perfect.
what mixed with what. Like, they were great. It was
Good to know.
phenomenal.
Good to know.
You would love Charleston. It was
I
darling.
think I really would. I love quaint little towns like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. I would totally take it.
The whole town was under construction, so I think they're
Oh.
building a lot. There were a lot of churches, which is like the South,
Yeah.
right?
But do you think that like an old town like that, something's always under construction? Like when I was in Savannah, I felt like the entire street was.
So it's only an hour from Savannah. It reminds me a lot of Savannah.
Yeah, like those old like
Sweeping
Southern charm type
trees.
homes. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing. Hot, humid.
Was it hot and humid?
Yeah, raining, but
Oh,
Other than
when
that.
I ran a half marathon in Savannah, and in November, this is amazing. I'm leaving Michigan, and I'm leaving everybody in the cold, and I'm going to run in warm weather. I get there, weather, wind change, everything, and it was 30 degrees in the rain.
that's chilly.
So cold. But I was meeting up with girlfriends from Florida, so they're like, let's go to this like outdoor store and get these like Patagonia jackets and all this stuff. I'm thinking, I'm not spending this kind of money on another jacket when I have like 5 of these at home.
Right, you're like, I'm gonna wear a garbage bag. And
Yeah.
be happy.
Yeah, but my hands were numb. I couldn't even feel them. Like, it was crazy. So, and that was the last half marathon I ever ran. I was like, this is it.
I don't think I'm ever gonna run anything beyond
A 5K.
a mile ever again. We both used to run
I
a
know,
lot, and
I
I
know.
just it doesn't feel good anymore. Also, I ran a marathon once, the San Diego Marathon, and I got fatter.
Oh, training for
Yeah,
it?
so no thanks.
Yeah.
I'm done with that.
Yeah. Well, I feel they say like cardio, like yeah, you burn calories like when you have like, cardio like that, but as soon as your heart rate goes back to normal, like you're done burning anything.
It's not like
It's all-
lifting or your
right,
body
it's
weight
all
or
about like
anything.
strength training. Yeah.
Anyway, we'll
I think
get
I'm
off
having a
our
hot flash.
I'm telling you, you are jumping into perimenopause right now.
God, I hope
I'm
not.
sorry.
I
but
know
you
it's inevitable.
are.
I know it is, but
It just makes you glisten.
is that what's happening right now?
Yeah.
I'm so fair skinned. I think it's just gonna make me look like a beet.
No, you'll look like you're Asian when you're drinking.
Oh goodness! So this week was a fun week. So Mike Pasalia, that you know, our good
Yes.
friend, was in town. He was turkey hunting with Chris. He did Chris's podcast.
Okay.
I'm excited for you to listen to it.
I can't wait.
Just because
He's so entertaining, and so is Chris.
so entertaining, but they both just like their entrepreneurial, adventures
Yeah.
and like the ebbs and flows of everything that they went through. So it was just interesting. I got to listen to a little bit while they were filming. But yesterday he was a guest on Poor Decisions, and big wine guy, right?
Yeah.
We've learned a lot from him, and he's taken us to some phenomenal wineries. They're the ones that introduced us to Del Dotto, and then we went there for your fun.
And then you
50th
introduced us to Del
Yes.
Dotto.
So, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see how that turned out because I think I just laughed the entire time. I don't even know if actual
Were you guys
words came
sober?
out of my well, yeah, when we started, but then, you're
How
like,
many bottles in till the end?
just one bottle.
Oh, okay.
Just one bottle.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
So, I mean,
impressive.
it wasn't too bad, but, I worked the whole day, like leading
Yeah.
up to that. I think I got an unwitch because I was like, oh, I should probably eat something before, I
Mm-hmm.
start sipping on the wine. And then Chris had to go into a meeting and Mike came into my office so we could watch some of the Bon Jovi documentary.
Oh my God, the Bon Jovi documentary.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good night.
Right?
Thank you. Good night, John Bon Jovi. I love you so much. Oh my God.
He's still a beautiful
I
man.
mean, the
know.
shirt. The shirt.
Just-
So I saw them in 1987 in Petoskey at, I think it was called The Castle. I think they have weddings.
Oh, it's
there
still
now.
there. Yeah,
Oh,
it is a
okay.
wedding venue.
So
I don't know if they do concerts.
back a
still.
long time ago, it used to be a concert venue.
Okay.
And I won a cheerleading competition at, yeah, that's basically what they look like, at the Midland County Fair. And let's go Mustangs. And they gave us, our whole team, tickets to the concert.
I mean, that's a great prize.
Right?
What year was this?
87.
Wow.
So Skid Row opened, and then Bon Jovi was a headliner.
Nice.
Heaven. I mean, we rocked it the whole. And since then, I've seen them probably a dozen
No,
times.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
They're
great.
Well, a little younger than you. That's when it, it shows. Like, we're going to go back to like 87 because I was like in second grade. But in love with all 80s bands.
Yeah.
And there is a reason why God said, Katie, you can't be born and be in your 20s in the 80s, because I would have been like, oh crap, what's that movie with Kate Hudson when she was like a Band-Aid? Almost Famous.
Almost Famous.
Oh, I would have been on every tour bus. I
been
would
a
have
groupie.
been rolling on cars in a White Snake video, and I would have married Richie Sambora. I was like 6, 7 years old, and I was like in love with him.
He was a whore.
Well, okay, I didn't realize
And
that. at,
okay,
like, the
let's
ripe
just
young
talk
age of
about this.
7.
You saw the documentary.
I did see the documentary.
He's been with Dorothea since high school. Come on.
Oh, Bon
John.
Jovi.
John.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's what you want to tell us.
No, I mean,
They partied, but I do have to say, John, out of all of them,
had his shit together.
he was the only one that was just like, nope, this is my vision. This is where we're going. This is the brand. You're either on my train or you're not.
I consider him like, after watching that documentary, comparing it to Michael Jordan's, he's like the Michael Jordan of rock and roll.
Yes.
Could there have been better, greater rock stars than him? Yeah, sure, maybe. But Michael Jordan of rock and roll took over, said, fire my manager. Now I'm creating my own management group.
Yeah.
Like, that's like some hustle,
Yeah. Ballsy.
And
had the vision to do it.
Yes.
So that's what I appreciate about him, is he's like visionary, entrepreneurial.
Yes.
He's very solid.
Well, and there's a reason why like Bon Jovi has had like the lasting chemistry with their fans.
Yeah.
Because you have somebody at the helm like that.
Plus he's like, time out. We need a therapist.
Yeah.
That whole
To be like
piece.
smart enough to do
Yeah.
that. And everybody was like, yeah, no, that's kind of good. So the funny thing is when Mike Passalia, he calls me the big toe of the group. So when it's like Chris and I and Kylie and him and his wife, he's like, we're the 5 people and you're the big toe, because nobody can do anything without the big toe.
That's so true.
So then we're watching this, and one of the guys was like, we just followed John. We're like, you want to go left? We go left. You want to do this? We're doing this. Mike looks over at me and he goes, John was the big toe. We're going to call you like Toe Bon Jovi or something like that. So that's like my new nickname. But he's like, see, every group of 5 has a big toe.
That's true. That's true. Harry Styles. Yeah. John Bon Jovi. Anyway,
so
the documentary, I loved it.
It was so good.
Yeah.
And you know what? Even when you think someone's like at the top of their fame, and they were, he's like, you wanted a car? You got it. You wanted this? You got it. But shit happens, and people are mean. They fuck you. They get in your way. But he was always like, you know what? I will persevere. I will get beyond, and we'll get past this.
Yeah.
Richie, I always knew you were going to leave, so I always had a guitar player in the wings. I mean,
And that guitar play, I've seen him in concert. So we saw them one of the times right when Richie left. And
like rehab Richie?
No. The first time he left. The band.
Yeah, the first time he went into rehab. The second time he just didn't show up, right?
Right. The first
Okay.
time. Must have been the first time.
Okay.
And then I don't think he really came back after that, did he? Because that other guy took over.
You know,
I don't think he ever came
Yeah,
back.
I'm having-
He came back for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But he didn't come back to
Okay.
the band. Anyway, so we saw them in concert when Richie was gone, and we had heard a rumor because they didn't announce it.
Okay.
That he was gone. It wasn't like a whole. Social media wasn't huge. In addition, they never really announced it. So we're looking, and I'm like, "Hey, Richie." And then at the
Yeah.
end of the night, they
Yeah.
said, "Oh, I want to introduce whatever
Okay.
the guy's name, who's fantastic."
but I feel for him because he talked about like this is Richie's part.
Right.
And because I'm the new guy, I have to play it like it sounds on the album.
And it's not his style.
It's right. But he's like, if Richie was here and he were to veer off and do something new, it's okay because it's Richie Sambora.
Right.
I totally get that because I'm the person in the crowd. Play it how I know it.
Yes.
I don't want, and I'm sorry, I don't want to hear your new shit either.
No.
Especially if you've been around for 40 years. I want to hear the stuff I know, and I want you to sing it the way I sing it in my car.
Yes. I don't care if you just sang Wanted Dead or Alive 800,000 times.
Yeah. Sing it again.
801. Yeah. Do it again. Do it
Yes.
again. And do it with as much passion as you did the first time you did it. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear all the hits. Yeah, I don't care. I don't want to hear anybody solo. That's what Richie did.
Right.
One time I saw him. They're like, Richie Sambora. Everyone's like, I mean, it was good,
I know,
but no one gives it. Like, okay, you're one. No.
Yeah.
Just Richie, you're the main.
No, you can see that he
you're
was like
John's
jealous of
right
John.
arm,
Yeah.
but you're not the whole body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that Richie Sambora tried to have a solo career. I didn't even know that.
Well, thus the problem.
I know, but I don't know.
I mean,
7-year-old Katie's still like, yep, you and I are both going to have great hair. He does not have great hair now,
he
though.
doesn't
Did you
because
see
of the
him on
ratting. How much
John
back
still has
home
good
was
flow,
going in there?
though.
He does.
And I think he's aged very well.
He has, yeah.
Like, he's still super good looking.
He's like, what is he, 62?
Well, it's funny because like, looking back on that documentary now, when they weren't the hair band anymore, and, like, he had cut his hair, like, in the 90s, and I had already moved, at that point, I had moved on to, like, Boys to Men and all of that.
You
so
gave up on it?
Oh, I totally gave up on, like, all
rude.
80s music. I was not into him, because at that point, it's like, okay, this is an older dude than me, and now you just look old. But now that I'm older, and I look back now, I'm like, damn, John, you were still super hot. I was just too young to realize that.
And he kept reinventing himself.
He did. And that's how you stay on
That's
top.
how you stay on top. Well, look at like Madonna.
Pivot.
Like Madonna kind of has done that, and then she really went off the deep end.
It's a little bit off the deep end now.
But like Gwen Stefani,
Yes. Yeah.
she's a prime example of
Yeah.
that.
No,
Just
and
she,
hey,
like,
Taylor Swift, not a
Taylor
Swiftie,
Swift.
but I will give you great businesswoman, fabulous management team, and she's on it.
lyricist. I can't even. I was just listening to her album on my way over, like a fortnight.
Okay, so the only song I've listened to on that whole album is the Thank You, Amy, because the album came out, just, all the stuff about Kim Kardashian. I was like, well, now I got to listen to this.
The best part about that song is she's like, you can knock me down, but I am building my way back up and like, fuck you, Amy.
Right? Yeah.
K-I-M.
Yeah. So,
and then someday your kid is going to listen to our music and not know what we're talking about, but you and I'll know.
yeah. So, funny enough, didn't that actually happen? Isn't there like a story that like North came in and was like,
Oh, I don't know.
oh, I thought I read
hope.
that. I don't know.
I unfollowed
I could be
her.
making that up. It might have been a dream, but I'm pretty sure I read something like that.
That would be
TBD.
awesome.
I'll look into it and see if that's really something. But so this week you had your Skin Better event at Glow.
did, yeah.
How'd that go?
So Skin Better is my favorite.
That
I have two
skincare line,
favorites.
yeah.
Yeah. Skin Better. So I'm notorious for skincare brands and I mix them up.
Okay.
And our reps hate it
Sure.
because you're supposed to only stick with one line. I stick with about two.
Okay, but do you think they say that because obviously they work for the brand, so they're like, we are the best thing ever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, I get it. Like their chemicals kind of bind with each other.
No, okay.
So you get the benefit of everything through their line if
Okay.
you just use all of it, right?
Sure.
I find different benefits from other things.
Yeah.
So I love Skin Better. I love their Alpha Ret, which is their retinol.
Okay.
I use it every single night. It doesn't make me red. It doesn't make me break out. It's great.
You don't get like super dry or anything from it? Okay.
No, it's not your grandma's retinol.
Okay.
That's kind of their thing. I love it. And then I love their moisturizer. There's a great new product they have. It's called Trio Luxe. I think you use Trio, don't you? It's a moisturizer.
Yeah. So I have a plethora of things in my
Yeah.
little bag. Yeah.
So their Trio Luxe is for us mature gals. So I get really dry in the winter.
Okay.
I can use it all year. I love it.
So you don't have to stop using it in the
No,
summertime.
you just use less.
Okay.
I just use less.
No, the Skin Better, I love the tinted sunscreen.
Yeah, it's good.
So,
But you have to pat it and then smear it in because it looks like you're gray. If not,
no, it does. I put a little bit of like extra of like my actual like lotion in with it before I put it on. But like tomorrow we're going golfing.
Right.
Like that's like I don't like wearing makeup when I go golfing. So I'm gonna sweat.
Right.
I'm gonna be gross. I don't like seeing like makeup like in my hat or my visor. So I will totally put that on because one, I'm getting sunscreen, and then you get like just enough color coverage that I don't feel like I'm like scaring anybody when I like walk in the room.
Exactly.
So yeah.
You would never scare anybody. I like to mix it with this stuff. I'm not sure what's in it. Called AOX from Zio.
Okay.
So Zio Skin Health is another brand that I love. So I mix.
Oh, Nucky wants to hang out with Nico. Oh, or maybe not.
I shouldn't have said anything. So I mix it with the sunscreen from Skin Better.
Okay.
And I love that combo because it's sort of glistening.
Okay.
And then it just gives you a good.
See,
I'll give you some.
Yeah, you say things like this, and I'm like, oh, okay, adding something else
No,
to my
I'll give
little
you some.
bag.
I'll give you
Okay.
some. Remind me.
I will. No, I'm excited for our golf tomorrow.
I am too.
So not taking it too seriously, just a bunch of fun gals getting together, playing a fun scramble. Yeah.
I haven't played in 18 months. We'll see.
Yeah. So I committed to playing in a member guest tournament with
I
one
wanna
of my
hear how your
college
game
sororities.
is going.
So randomly, like it was warm here in Michigan in February, and our golf course opened, which is super rare. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting back into it. Started doing lessons. Well, then the weather kind of got crappy again. Then I did a couple more lessons, and then life just got busy.
Right.
And I did golf with Kylie the other day, but have not golfed. And I was like, so I was in a position, I was like, man, Jim told me what to do here, and I completely forgot what I'm supposed to do. So, but I got a new putter, and I'm super excited
I'm
for it.
excited for you.
Yeah. It's called the
Is
Jailbird.
it the what's his name? Bryson DeChambeau, who has that putter.
Oh,
that's
that goes up to his chest.
All his golf clubs are the same length.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I do not have that. But no, it's cool. It's like a pretty golf club, actually. I'm
I can't wait
excited
to
for
see
it.
it.
Yeah.
My daughter has my clubs, so I might have to borrow some of yours.
Well, we have like a collection of clubs, and you
I
can
haven't
just
played
use
Zon.
mine, but we'll put like a
Yeah.
golf bag on the back, and you can just.
I'm
pick
sort of
pick what you wanna
afraid
do.
to play.
Oh, don't be afraid.
I just haven't played. I don't know why. Like I have no reason. I have no excuse. I have no reason. I just don't enjoy it that much anymore. Isn't that sad?
I think we're going to have fun tomorrow. One, we're not with our husbands who are going to be like, you know what you should do here.
Yeah.
That just gets annoying. And I think I always have more fun when I play with my friends and it's a scramble. You're not taking it too seriously.
Yeah.
You know, we'll have a couple of Bloody Marys before we go out.
That's true.
So
That's true. All right, I'll get into it.
that sounds like the perfect plan. Workout, shower, a nosh, Bloody Mary,
Yeah.
tee
I don't
off.
know. Yeah, I would just rather play pickleball. But okay. Anyway, tomorrow.
Oh, that was really funny in the group text. You're like, didn't we just start playing pickleball? Now we've moved on to golf.
How did we move to golf? Tammy even changed the emoji. Like it was pickleball.
We're
last week.
multi-athletes. Yeah. How about that thing I sent you on Instagram this morning where the mom was like, oh, honey, I'm too tired to run. He's like, I'll get you out and motivated, Mom. And he hid wine like all over the neighborhood, and she had to find the bottles of wine.
I love it.
I mean, that would get me motivated.
Me too.
For sure.
Especially after a shitty week.
Ugh, that is today's topic.
Yeah,
Shit
shitty
week. Like,
So-
what do you do?
We know what we do, right?
Yeah.
I usually have pretty good weeks. Actually,
do.
there are not a lot of times that I really get down and have a real shit week, but recently I have. And you are the person that I called because you had read something about 8 minutes, right?
Yeah. So it is, saw this thing on Instagram, and it, like a study has shown that when you're really flustered and you're upset, instead of just like sitting and thinking and stewing about it, you just need 8 minutes to get your thoughts out. And their thing was you need to find your person that you can text them, I need 8 minutes. And their thing was, if you become someone's 8-minute person, like you're their person, like you should be happy, you know, that's like the greatest compliment ever. And I had just seen this, I send it to you, then all of a sudden a shitstorm whirlpool starts to happen in your life, and you're just like, I need 8 minutes. I think I might have been in the middle. I don't even know what I was, but I was like, bye, Miko needs 8 minutes.
And that 8 minutes was a miracle because you picked up, first of all. Second of all, I was just like verbal diarrhea for 8 minutes. You didn't even cut me off when it got to 10. And then I was like, okay, I feel better. I didn't need a solution. I didn't need advice. I just needed to bitch for 8 minutes or longer.
Yeah. And then you just need to know that I'm like, you know what? If I see that person on the street, I'm just going to trip them.
Exactly.
I'm not going to say anything to them. I'm not going to be mean. I just might slightly just stick my foot out just a little bit.
And you need someone on your side to say, like, you're not wrong. Like, you're actually not crazy. Because sometimes you start to feel a little crazy.
Yeah.
When shit goes wrong.
So, but part of that, like that purpose is, you know how like if you just sit and stew in your head.
Yeah.
And then you start to think of like all the what ifs, and you think about like, well, what if this happens? And oh my gosh, must be what they're thinking. And it's out of control. But once you physically start to get the words in space, and you can almost hear them back, you go, okay. And it's like you can almost start to solve your problem. And maybe you don't have to solve anything. Maybe you just have to wait it out, you know?
Well, and then you actually realize, oh, it's not that bad.
Right.
Number one, I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
Number two, it's not that bad. And guess what? This is not the worst thing that has ever happened to me.
Right.
And it won't be.
Yep.
Like, there will be much shittier things that happen in the future.
You've survived 100% of all the crap that has happened in your life.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so everyone has, right? Yeah.
And there's always a solution, even if the solution's just time.
Yeah.
Right?
So what do you do when you're stressed?
When I'm
what
stressed.
Have you done? Well, I know what you do. You call me and we drink wine. But like besides that.
If I need to stay busy because I'm going to be like slaughtered in my own thoughts, I clean.
Oh.
Yeah. I put in my headphones, probably an Audible book. And I mean, it's stuff
like
that
deep clean. Like shit you never
nothing,
clean.
Like a closet, like my cleaning closet.
Like you're dusting books.
Yeah. Yes.
You're sorting socks.
Yeah. Cleaning out, like organizing my closet.
Yeah. Photo albums.
Yeah. I'm not a drinker alone. I've never been someone who's like, oh, I'll just sit and have a drink by myself. Now, I'll eat alone. That's the other thing I'll do if I'm super stressed out.
Like, what do you eat? What are your stress foods?
I want a fresh bag of Ruffles potato chips, and I'm dipping it in Chick-fil-A sauce.
Oh, why did I not know this about
because
you?
I don't
that
do
sounds
that.
So gross.
The only people that know that I do that is my husband and child, because I do not do that in front of everybody else.
Chick-fil-A sauce. Okay, I want to know, do you unpeel what you've just stolen from Chick-fil-A?
Oh, no, you can buy a big tub of Chick-fil-A sauce at the store.
No, I know you can. So I didn't know if you were squeezing that into
a bowl of Ruffles potato chips and dipping it and eating them.
Stop it right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That's what. Yeah.
We're going directly to rehab right after this.
Yeah. So, or I will put, because gluten-free Oreos came out, right? And now I have 3 to choose from. I know, but when stuff like that's taken away from you, and you finally get it back, like a Chips Ahoy just came out with gluten-free chocolate chip cookies.
Is it good?
I don't know. I haven't found them yet. I'm waiting for them to show up at Meijer. But as a kid, my mom always put our Oreos and everything in the freezer. And I hated that, but she did that to preserve like the life of them.
Oh, I think that would be good.
They're delicious, and especially the gluten-free ones. It keeps it from having that like gluten-free grainy texture, like at the end,
because it just freezes all the flavor.
They're actually really good. Like even Chris will eat them.
Okay.
So yeah, so frozen Oreos, Ruffles potato chips, and Chick-fil-A sauce.
Those are your go-to.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I clean too when I'm stressed, but I clean in a very aggressive way.
Okay.
As if
like angry clean.
Angry clean, like fuck you, cleaning supplies. You know, like just angry clean, and then I feel better.
Right. Or like the stuff that like your family always leaves out.
Yeah.
And you just blindly put away all the time. But when you're angry cleaning, all of a sudden it's like, why don't you do this?
Right.
Ah!
Or you just
like,
throw
freak
it in
out.
someone's room.
Yes.
Shut the door loudly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it. I get it. But then when you get your aggression out, you're like, you're like an angel.
Yeah. Your woosah
like,
moment.
Namaste. But you just got to get it out.
You do.
That's why the 8-minute thing is so effective.
You need to find your 8-minute person.
Yes.
If you get anything from anything we ever say to our 5 listeners out there,
Right.
find your 8-minute
Find your
person.
8-minute person.
Yes.
Yeah. In your mind, my friend.
Oh, thank
No,
you.
it was so helpful because otherwise I think, remember I said to you, if I end up in a straitjacket by the end of the day,
Yeah.
can you please feed my dog? Because I know everybody else can feed themselves.
Yeah.
My dog can't.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah. But
Anyway,
just
I
have
got
to-
through it.
You got
and
through
now
it.
I'm better for it.
You're better for it, and you solved the problems, and like now you're doing better than before.
Right.
You know, so it sucks when you have to like.
It sucks when you're in it.
It sucks when you're in it, right? But how many times have you just been at the bottom of the barrel and you're like, oh my God, why did this happen? I should have planned for this better, you know? But when you're in that moment, you're like, you find your solutions, makes you a better person, a stronger business person, a stronger family member, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then you're just better for it in the end. And you make better decisions on the other side.
Absolutely. Agree. Cheers.
Cheers. So this is our
Thank you for coming to our therapy session. We are now life coaches.
right? Dr. Phil, call us. We'll help you out.
Did you ever listen to Dr. Laura? She was
No.
on AM
I know who
radio.
she is, but
okay.
yeah.
So when I was a sales rep back in the day, there was
That was a podcast.
it was
like
FM,
talk radio.
AM.
Yeah.
That was it. I had a CD player in my car that bounced and it skipped.
Oh, yeah.
So my AM radio station, I listened to Dr. Laura. She came on from like 1 to 3 or whatever it was. She used to say this saying, and it sticks with me till now. Your husband is the head of the house. And I was like, no, he's not. I don't
Right.
even have one. But if he was, he would not be. I am the head of the house.
Yeah.
But she's like, you're the neck.
Okay.
I'm like, damn right, Dr. Laura.
Right? Holding it all together.
I am. I spin that shit around. Tell everybody what to do.
Yeah,
I'll
but then
tell
could-
you who your
some-
friends are going to be.
Right? Yeah, but you could almost make that head your puppet sometimes because you could just like feed into their little brain.
So whoever is the head of your family,
Yeah.
I am the head and the neck.
Right? No, I would say in both of our houses, there's times where that's what I think a real marriage is. Your husband's not just the head of the house.
Right.
Every once in a while, you're the head and they have to be the neck. Or every once in a while, you're the head, the neck, the shoulders, the arms, the hands, the torso, all the way down to the knees, and your husband gets to play like pinky toe.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Or sometimes like all of the above and somebody else has to be your heart because
Yeah.
yours is all black.
Yeah. No, that's... Well, that's what Chris says all the time. He's like, my heart may be small and black, but it does still beat.
It's true.
Right?
Sometimes I just have to like pull it out and be like, you're red.
Yeah.
You're not black. We're not black today.
Right. Well, yeah. Shit happens, right? And you just got to get through it. Look what happened to Bon Jovi, right? His right-wing man that would sing with him, like some of those singing parts aren't the
Yep.
same without Richie. He fucking figured it out.
Wanted,
Yeah.
Dead or
Such a
alive.
good song.
Or what about that thing that he puts in his mouth to go?
Yeah.
Wah, wah.
I don't know. I'm not musically inclined. I don't know what any of that stuff is
I
called.
don't. I do love a good karaoke though.
You do love a good karaoke.
do.
See, this is where God needed to bless me with a voice like Adina Menzel.
Yeah,
I
I
would've
mean I
rocked
don't,
karaoke.
but I still love to belt it out. What's your go-to song?
Ooh, I'm really scared of karaoke. I don't do it. You love karaoke.
Put me. Where is the stage?
Right?
Give me a microphone. Give me some words.
I
and
do have,
can-
there is video proof of me pretending I am
at
Adina
my
Menzel.
birthday
Yeah,
with
at
a
your
broom.
You didn't
They-
have a broom, so I had to use a Dyson
Oh,
vacuum.
it was a Dyson. That's right.
Like belting out
But you
Defying
were
Gravity.
like in your element with your
Oh, my God.
music from Wicked.
Yes. That is another song that's like, and that's probably why I love Wicked so much, because this person was told that they could be, you just have to lie a little bit, but you could do all these things and make all these things happen, and everyone will adore you. And she just stuck to her guns, and she's like, that's not who I want to be, and just chose a life alone, which is very sad. But
Is that what it's about?
I know, you fell asleep, girl. I've seen this thing like 6 times, and I'll see it 100 more.
No idea what Wicked is about.
Oh, it's a beautiful story of friendship defying odds.
Why aren't they sisters?
No.
Oh. Well, then I get the whole thing. I did fall asleep in the second half. I have to.
So the second half is slower than the first half.
So here's what you don't do, New York. you don't have your theater be super warm in the cold of winter. So that was, we were walking and then we went and saw Wicked. It was cold. We may have had a couple cocktails prior. We're like, oh, this theater's so warm. And then they make you drink your whole drink before you get in.
Where is this at? Because this is not on Broadway.
Well,
they give
we
you
were
sippy
like,
cups.
1 second,
Oh.
I can finish it. Do
Okay.
not take it away. Because they were like, we'll save it for you. No, it wasn't New York. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
This is in Orange County.
Oh, okay.
And they're like, you have to finish it before you go into the theater. We're like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
So we're
See,
like-
that's why
And then
venues have it done with
lights out.
sippy cups.
Lights out.
Yeah, I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
I did fall asleep in a Circus Olay show once. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, cocktails. We
Yeah.
went to a Brazilian steakhouse for dinner,
Oh,
and they
gross.
had it was a mojito margarita mix cocktail, and it was
Did it
so
come out
good.
of a vending thing?
No, no. It was delicious. And that was the problem. It was so good, but it was pure alcohol. So I think I had 3. It was wasted. And we went to go see the Beatles Love Show, which was very, very entertaining. But at one point, there's these women in flowy dresses on swings, and it kind of just lulled me to sleep.
Yeah. You're
So,
just like,
and somehow we ended up with like front row tickets. I don't even know how this happened. But when I came to, it was a very loud, like big band song. And this guy had some type of contraption that made his neck go like really long. And I just remember like waking up and he was doing it right above me. And I was like, whoo! Like I felt like I was getting like Broadway scolded. I feel like you can get away with that in Vegas, even though I do get very upset when people are super hammered at a show and
You do?
they're not paying attention. Because they're artists and they work so hard on their craft. I feel like if you're in Vegas, you realize that you're going to get some people who are hammered. And it's not going to be like Broadway.
So
but
Randy and I both fell asleep in Wicked, but he fell asleep in Mamma Mia. Like, can you pick a louder musical?
right.
Where they're singing and dancing, and I'm like up, like Mamma Mia, and he's like this. I'm like, how?
Yeah.
How? He must have been really tired.
Oh, speaking of Broadway, just because I just found out that my husband surprised me with a trip to New York to go to
That's
all of my favorite
amazing.
gluten-free restaurants, which I'm super, super excited about. And I'm going to see The Great Gatsby with Jeremy Jordan. And I'm so excited. So just be prepared for my social
Okay,
media
I can't
to be
wait.
like
I can't wait to
crazy.
hear all about it. The Great Gatsby.
The Great Gatsby.
So, do you know anything about this play? Is it
Well, it's
similar
based
to-
off the book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's based off the book. So you know there's going to be great musical numbers
I'm
where it's
sure.
like 1920s, like
Yeah.
da 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 da, right? But Jeremy Jordan, like, love him. He has the voice of an angel.
Who is he? I feel like
Do you remember when
I've seen Kinky Boots?
he was not in Kinky Boots? He was in Newsies. He was Jack Kelly in
I
Newsies.
don't know that.
But so he was on this TV show Smash, and his big song in Smash was Broadway Here I Come. So we did a family music video to Broadway Here I Come when we all went to New York in 2016.
Okay.
So
I never knew what song you were trying to sing. It was cute, but
It was
I was
cute.
like,
yeah,
I don't know. They
I
just
don't know
liked
this song.
it.
So random, so odd. But yeah, so we surprised Kylie with her first Broadway show. She loves Broadway. I was so excited to like continue this and it's become an amazing tradition, which I love.
Yeah, you guys love it.
But the only thing I wanted, because we were already paying for a trip to New York, I just want to make a family music video to Broadway Here I Come. And everybody was on board because they knew that was the only thing Mom wanted. And it is one of my cherished.
It was darling.
Cherished memories.
It was darling.
So,
You have to do it again this trip to New York.
I
You should
should
do a
make him
part
do that.
two.
Because it was supposed to be an anniversary trip. And then Chris tells Kylie about it, and she's like, oh my
Well,
God.
she loves New York.
She does love New York. And it's like our thing. And since we both have celiac and they have, he's taking me to all my favorite restaurants, which are hers.
Right.
She's like, you and Mom will have a great time. And she's like trying to smile and tears are coming down her face. And he's like, now it's a trip for 3.
Happy anniversary
Happy
to us.
anniversary.
Yeah.
Well, all that means is we just have to go on another trip.
There you go.
So
Where will it be?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it'll just be a night at Arcadia and we'll
there you
get
go.
a round of fun golfing. Maybe we'll just have to zip off someplace else.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. We leave for Paris.
I'm so
in
excited
2
for you.
weeks. So we'll have to podcast from there.
We're totally going to podcast
Yeah.
from there. I can't wait.
We're going to do Paris first, then Nice, so in the south,
Okay.
and then Provence.
Hopefully Paris isn't too insane when you're there preparing for the Olympics.
It's supposed to be not.
Okay.
Yeah, which is why we're going in June versus July.
Okay.
So July is when everyone comes in. So we are carrying on for 12 days. Last 2 years we've been in Italy, carry on only. Because I don't trust the airlines, first of all. I've gotten my luggage stolen. I mean, gone.
Okay.
Do you remember that reality show that was like airlines recovered luggage of some kind, and they were like looking at all of the luggage that they've
Just gets left
accumulated
behind?
over the years?
Oh.
Mine is in there somewhere.
Okay.
Northwest Airlines.
Well, that doesn't exist anymore.
100 years ago, I flew from a 2-week business trip. I had all my shit in there. I
Yeah.
mean, curling irons, makeup, the whole, like, good stuff.
Yeah.
That I didn't even remember because you put it all in there and
Yeah.
you're like, I don't know what's in there. Gone. Just like poof. So recovered it, like went to Northwest Airlines, and I was like, okay, so my luggage, this is like day 2.
Yeah.
Still can't find it.
Wait,
Still can't
so is
locate
this
it.
after you got home from your trip,
So
or when you got
I
to your
made a pit
business?
stop in
Okay.
Michigan. So I was in
Okay.
California. I made a pit stop in Michigan, where I dropped off my girls, picked
Okay.
up my girls, and then flew back to California. So this is the pit stop to Michigan, where I was picking them up,
Okay.
so we could all fly back, and no luggage,
Oof. Yeah, that
nothing
sucks.
ever again.
No, I get that.
And they
but
were like, "Can you please produce receipts?"
okay.
No, ma'am, I cannot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who do you think I am? Heather from Salt Lake City Housewives? I have receipts, checks. It's the best.
Oh my gosh. Okay, but your clothes are also the size of like a toddler, and like you have like little tiny feet.
No, here's
I
the
can't.
key.
I cannot do that.
Yes, you can. Here's how you do it. You pack for 5 days.
I can't.
you're-
I'm lucky to go away for 48 hours and put everything in a carry-on.
No, you pack for 5 days, like kind of plain-ish clothes. So you don't get crazy with the wardrobe, right? Like you're going to wear
But you're
things
gonna be in
over.
France.
I know, but
What do you do if you buy stuff?
then you ship it home.
Okay.
And then you pack like 3 pair of shoes, tops, a pair of workout tennis shoes.
Yeah.
They work out for both.
Yeah.
You can walk on like the unpaved
Oh, the
pavement,
cobblestone
the cobblestone
streets, yeah.
stuff, and then a pair of sandals, and then a pair of like flip flops. That's
Okay.
it. And then you wash it. There's a thing called washing machine and a dryer.
I know. I know. But we've had this conversation before because I don't like wearing my pajamas like 2 nights in a
Oh,
row.
right.
Like I always wear a clean
Or just
set
go
of pajamas.
naked at night. Can't you
Well,
do
that's
that?
fine if it's just my husband and I.
Yeah, you don't share. Like in Europe, you can't share a room with your kids.
Oh, okay.
They make you get another room.
Okay.
So that's
Well, and
solves
your
that.
girls are old enough now. That's fine. They would want to do that anyways.
right.
Yeah.
Right. Are we ready for our speed round of questions?
I think so.
All right. What is your favorite podcast?
I just recently started listening to Kristen Cavallari's podcast.
Oh.
So I think like The Hills came out, maybe I was still in college. And I was just enthralled with like, whose parents were like, sure, my 17-year-old can be on reality TV on MTV. I thought that was insane.
Did you ever watch The Real Orange County?
Like
The original-
Housewives?
No. That she started on before The Hills.
Oh, that's what I was talking
Yeah.
about. What was that? What was that called? It was called something else.
Orange County, The Real
Was
OC or something like that?
Maybe.
Yeah, because they went to Laguna Hills High School.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Or
Before
Laguna
that,
Beach
yeah.
High School. Yeah.
Oh, maybe it was called Laguna Beach. Right?
Yeah,
Maybe?
Laguna Beach, The Real, yes.
Yeah, something like that. But reality TV was just coming out
Yes.
then. And, you know, it was one of those, like, you would binge watch it, like,
It's like a
in between
podcast.
classes.
David. That's how she used to say his
Oh,
name.
yeah.
It's David.
But the girl's gone through some shit.
Yeah.
Right? You know, like, being a reality TV star, you know, marrying a professional athlete didn't end well.
Her brother died.
Her brother died. She gets deep. Like, I just listened to one
Mm-hmm.
where she's like, I think she was like in Mexico doing something, and she like talked by herself. It was kind of sad to
Yeah,
listen
it's
to.
sad.
That's hard. That's
I
hard
like
to
her
deal
a
with.
lot. I love her jewelry.
Yeah. So I didn't even realize we would go to Nashville all the time. I'd go into that store. I
Uncommon
didn't even know that was her.
Oh.
Right?
She's a mogul.
So I didn't know that.
Oh.
So I guess maybe I'm just like learning all this stuff for the first time. And I was like, damn, girl, look at you. Like, kudos.
And she's still in Nashville.
Still
'Cause
in
that's
Nashville.
where her baby daddy
No, and
lives.
she's got like her best friend like is on her pod. Like those are my favorite. When
Yeah.
her friend, it's like Justin or Jason
Yeah.
is on there. He's hilarious.
He has hair.
Yes,
Yeah.
he does do hair.
Yes.
I'm like,
I love
I'm
him.
like, I wonder if he would do my hair.
He specializes in blondes.
Oh,
That's
call me.
how they met.
Call me.
That's how they met.
Okay.
Justin Anderson.
I mean, I love my hairdresser. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, if you do blonde to the stars, I mean, come on.
That's how he met
Throw a girl
Kristen.
bone. Okay.
Because they blonde. thing.
Okay. If you could play the lead in any movie, who would it be?
The lead in any movie.
Any movie.
The girl with the dragon tattoo.
Yeah.
That's who I would be.
I've never read the book, the movie. So some of those scenes left me slightly disturbed, but
Yeah. And there's
she
a
was
series
she was wicked smart.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was
Okay.
like the MacGyver, but a girl.
She was kind of like a MacGyver.
MacGyver ass kicker.
Okay.
Yeah. When you were growing up, what did you always want to be? A podcaster?
No, I did not always want to be a podcaster. Like I wanted to be a teacher,
Aw.
right?
What kind?
Like kindergarten. Now, adult Katie would never want to be a kindergarten teacher.
What made you want to be a kindergarten teacher?
So I loved kids. I think I loved my kindergarten and my first grade teacher a lot, and I thought they were so super amazing. But even little, like my sister called me the happy homemaker because I would bring like 4 Cabbage Patch like dolls to the kitchen table, and everybody had to have a seat. Everybody needed to be included. I had like a little Cabbage Patch like infant carrier, had to go with us to the grocery store. I was just like, I don't know, always wanted to be like a caretaker, I
Yeah.
guess. So
Oh, that's
Yeah.
sweet.
yeah, but then little kids are like gross. You know, like you know, like you would walk into your kids like elementary school and you'd be like, it smells like a bad hot lunch and like
It does.
farts in here.
And they all smell the same.
Yeah. Mhm.
Middle school, times that by 10.
Yeah. So now I would never want to be a kindergarten teacher. So all teachers out there, kudos to you. You're amazing.
Yes.
We need you. We love you. Not for me.
Teachers need to make $1 million a year.
Right.
Like if they were to opposite of like NFL players,
Right.
teachers should make what NFL players make.
Absolutely.
They are on the front lines. They are like tackling every day. They're like,
In dealing with like dick parents who think that their
Or
kids can
zero
do no
parents.
wrong. Yeah.
you know?
So
I feel bad. Like that's a terrible
Wah, wah, wah.
way to go throughout your day.
Okay.
Anyway,
What is the most ridiculous fact you know?
I know what scuba stands for.
Like scuba, like under the water?
Uh-huh. Self-contained underwater breathing apparatus.
I didn't know it was an acronym.
It is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
See,
You
learn
know
something
where I
every day.
learned that?
What?
Do you remember the show Family Ties?
Yes. Alex P. Keaton.
Mallory won. She was so dumb that she was supposed to learn something for school, and she couldn't remember anything, but she
Yeah.
learned what scuba meant. And they were running around because she celebrated. She's like, self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. And they made it like a cheer. And I've always remembered that. Most useless piece of information I just spit.
No,
Yeah.
but I never knew that. Mine is if you hold your nose, you can't hum.
I'm going to try it. No, you can't.
You can't.
Yeah.
The first time I ever heard that, I was like, yes, you can. And then you do it, you can't do it. Okay, what do you got
What's
for me?
the best concert you've ever been to?
I mean, I guess I would define the best as the enjoyment that I had, maybe not just truly the entertainment value for the artist. And it was a Kid Rock concert.
Okay.
We rented a big giant RV bus, partied in the parking lot all day, and we had lawn seats. And it was, I just felt like I knew every song and everybody was just like happy and dancing around. And he ended it with Chris's favorite New Year's song. Happy New Year.
Happy New
Super random. And we were all like going around. And I think to this day, that's why Chris gets so excited to play that song on New Year's Eve.
Every New Year's.
Every New Year's Eve. Even when everybody else is like, we're over it, we're done.
It's the new year.
No,
we got
it's
it.
the new year.
We got it.
He'll FaceTime somebody that will get excited
Yes.
for them.
I think he FaceTimes people until he gets the person
That's
excited.
Yeah.
Good for you, Chris.
But yeah, Kid Rock. And I've probably been to like 8 Kid Rock concerts, which oddly enough.
Puts on a good show.
He puts on a great show. And I did not like Kid Rock in college. That's when he was becoming super popular. You know, we both went to Ferris State. A lot of kids from the Detroit area go to school there. So, I mean, there was like kids that would buy bootleg albums from like trunks of cars, right? So they were huge, diehard Kid Rock fans. And I was like, dude's overrated. This song is stupid. I hated all of it. And Super Bowl was in Detroit. And a buddy of ours at the time was dating a girl that worked for her sister worked for Ford. And she's like, we got the skybox to a Kid Rock concert. And I'm like, fine, I guess I'll go because it's free food and booze. And it's, Super Bowl's in Detroit. So we went. And not only was he such an amazing entertainer and knew a lot of songs by default because of, hearing him nonstop when I was at school. Bob Seger came out and sang Rock and Roll Never Forgets. And I love Bob Seger. Chris was holding onto the back of my pants because I was like diving over like the banister in the glass because I was like, oh my God, I never thought I would see Bob Seger in concert. And I was lucky enough to see him 3 more times after that. But, that could be one of my favorites.
Okay.
One, still Kid Rock, very surprised about what an amazing entertainer he was. But man, when Bob came out, you would have thought Jesus came down from the heavens and was like, oh, I'm singing to you.
I mean, if we could get both of them on the podcast, what would you think?
If I ever met Bob Seger in
Well, you'd
person,
pass
I'd probably faint and piss my pants.
You'd pass I would have to interview him, and I'd be like, so please tell me, Bob.
I would be like Weekend at
What
Bernie's.
songs do you sing? No, I know. But Kid Rock, I love
Kid
that
Rock.
Bob, too.
Right?
Yeah.
A Bob Seger song will put you in a good mood when you're in a bad
That's
mood.
right.
And if you're
Rock
in a
and
good
roll
mood,
never forgets.
Never forgets.
Never does. My favorite concert, I'm going to answer my own
Yes,
question.
do that, please.
Prince.
Ooh, I didn't know you went to a Prince concert.
So someone a good friend of ours gave us Prince concert tickets for our wedding gift.
Was he still Prince or was he a symbol
No,
then?
he was still Prince.
Okay.
So he became Prince, or he was Prince, became the symbol, went back to Prince. And I saw him probably, 10 years before he died. Epic. Because he was sort of over his I'm the symbol stage and back to his old stuff where he wasn't embarrassed to play Purple Rain. And he played Kiss, but acoustic.
Oh, I'm sure it was amazing.
It was amazing. It was amazing. Every song, no one sat.
Yeah.
Because he was just so Prince.
Yeah.
Prince from like Purple Rain Prince.
Yeah. No, but like an icon. Like when you get to go to like one of those concerts, that's pretty awesome.
R.I.P. Prince.
Like we went to Garth Brooks right before
Yes.
COVID, and that was amazing.
That was epic.
That was really, really good.
I love him. He's the only country singer I love.
Oh, my next question's perfect. If you could only listen to one artist for the rest of your life, who would it be? Like you can't listen to anybody else's music, just this artist. That's it.
That's hard. There's so many people I love, but like tolerable forever. One Republic.
Really?
I love them.
Wow.
They're always my background music.
Okay.
Because
I like One Republic.
They're so like diverse in the music that they play.
Yeah. No, mine's Bob Seger because you have dance music,
That's true.
that's upbeat. You have like love songs. You have the sad, depressing songs. You have the screw the man kind of songs. Like all the things.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite is when I take
What's your favorite?
The top off in my car and I listen to Roll Me Away.
I don't think I know that song.
You totally know that song.
Okay.
Have you ever seen the movie Mask?
Yes.
Yeah, that's so when Cher's on the motorcycle with the dude at the end, that's who got me into Bob Seger. My dad got a motorcycle.
Mask?
Well, my dad got a motorcycle that had a tape player, and he would pick me like.
Wait a minute. There are so many things to unpack right now.
Okay.
Motorcycle tape player. Like, where is the room for a tape player? on
So
a motorcycle. And then
he had like an old man motorcycle, so it had like a dashboard.
did it
had
have
a
3
tape player.
wheels?
No, it wasn't that man of an old man motorcycle. But like I would sit on the back and it had like the little attached suitcase things like on the side.
Aww.
Yeah. And when he would pick me up on Friday afternoons, yeah, we would, and he would, when we would stop at a stoplight, he would rewind it so that we could hear Roll Me Away Again. Because he loved the motorcycle driving out of that movie to that song. And that's when he like got into Bob Seger, but not like I am, but that was my introduction to Bob.
Just take those old records off the shelf.
You know, that's what everybody will play when I request it. And
at a wedding reception.
I accept it.
Okay. That's your song that you're like, if I were a rock singer, you would loathe to play.
Oh, old time rock and roll,
yes.
probably. But I feel like, again, I'm not a rock star, but if you see people excited and they're like singing back to you,
I can't
like,
even imagine
John,
the
you
high.
don't even have to sing "Living on a Prayer" at a concert because everyone's just going to
All
sing
you
it to
sing
you.
is, oh, we're halfway there. And then
everybody else is
goes,
going to go,
I mean, everybody wants Gina and Tommy.
Yes. Such a great
Let's
song.
go. Yes.
I mean, that's like an anthem to my life.
It is
for
an
sure.
anthem. If you could live anywhere in the world, anywhere, where would you live?
That's a really hard question because I would be torn between beach and mountains, big time.
I'm just talking about landscape. I'm not talking about our connected house that we'll have someday.
Oh yeah, and we plan on retiring and having that meme house that has like the little like tunnel like in the sky that goes to each other's house. I'd be in Florida. I would be on Gasparilla Island in Boca Grande, Florida.
Okay.
And you and I would have our little condos and we'd have matching golf carts and we would tear up that town. They'd be like, what are those bitches up to next?
I love it. And we'd be paying 0 sales tax or income tax.
All right. This is a fun one. You have to think about this. You could only shave your armpits or your legs for the rest of your life and lasers do not exist.
Armpits.
You would shave your armpits and just wear pants? Or just embrace the hairy legs?
Well, my leg hair doesn't grow that fast.
Okay.
I feel like my armpit hair grows faster.
Okay. Well, now that you know that about us,
Thank you for joining us for Listen, Here's the Thing.
follow us, like us, recommend us, and we'll see you next week. I think Mr. Nugget's out.
He fell asleep because
Because it's
he's
such
like,
a fun
you girls
day.
are a lot.
Right?